Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to break down a recent Supreme Court judgment from India that clarifies an important principle in criminal law, that why the main accused in a serious crime like a murder can't simply claim bail just because some co-accused have gotten it. This is from the case Ashish Yadav versus V.S. Pal and others, decided on May 13, 2025. It's a great example of how courts balance fairness with the gravity of offenses. And in this case, I will focus especially on the operative part of the judgment where the Supreme Court lays out its final opinion and reasoning. First, let's know about the quick background to understand the stakes. This case stems from a violent incident on November 28, 2023, during a marriage procession in Rajasthan. The victim A got into a fight with the accused group, in which one of the accused Y, let's assume the name V. So the accused V fired 7 rounds from a pistol, killing one person and injuring two others, VI and N. During the investigation, the fact came into the light that the main accused was Y and R, who had been harboring a grudge against victim A, and they, in a pre-planned way, hired a contract killer V. An FIR was filed under serious sections of the Indian Penal Code, like Section 302 of that is related with murder, Section 307 for attempt to murder, and few more, plus Arms Act violations. Eyewitness statements were consistent. A pistol was recovered from the main accused house, and a charge sheet was filed. Some co-accused uh, who has less central point in the crime were granted bail by lower courts, but the main one were initially denied. The accused kept applying for bail. The trial court and appellate court dismissed a few or some applications of the main accused. But eventually the Rajasthan High Court granted bail to the main accused on August 23, 2024 in their second application. Why? Largely on the ground of parity, means or since some accused had already been bailed out, the main accused should get the same treatment. The High Court thought it was fair to extend this, but the complainant appealed to the Supreme Court that the High Court ignored the serious role of the main accused and risk like a witness tampering, especially since the trial was ongoing. Then the Supreme Court bench, led by Honorable Justice K.V. Viswanathan and Prasanna V. Varale, reviewed the whole case. They emphasized a few key principles. First, in conspiracy cases like murder, even without a direct overt act, the main conspirator's liability is not reduced. The FIR is not an encyclopedia of facts. It's just an starting point, and court must look at subsequent evidence like eyewitness accounts and recoveries. Second, parity in bail means treating all the accused the same. Can't be blindly applied. It's okay for peripheral co-accused, but not for the main ones in grave offences. The court noted the main accused were absconding initially and granted them a bail, and granting them bail could lead to pressuring witnesses. The High Court mechanically allowed the bail without properly considering these factors. It was an error apparent on the face of the record. Now let's zoom in on the operative part of the judgment, which is the court's final actionable opinion. This is where they deliver the punchline, the what and why of their decision. In the operating part, the Supreme Court straight up rejects the High Court's parity based bail grant, and what the Supreme Court said, the complainant is justified the complaint is justified in submitting that the trial is now in progress and key prosecution witnesses are yet to be examined. There exists a reasonable apprehension that if these accused persons are granted bail, they may attempt to pressurize or influence the witnesses or even abscond. The, the court calls out the High Court's mistake. It failed to consider these grounds and has mechanically passed the order allowing the appeal. More curiously, they stated The order granting bail to the accused on parity is an error apparent on the face of the record. The High Court failed to consider that the accused are the main accused in the matter and cannot be enlarged on bail because the other co-accused person have been granted bail. So, what's the final ruling? The High Court's order has set it aside, the appeal has allowed, and the accused should have surrendered to the authorities within 2 weeks from the date of the order, which was May 13, 2025. No bail for the main accused based on parity alone. In simple terms, the Supreme Court's opinion was parity is not a get out of bail free card for the ring leaders. Courts must weigh the severity of crime and the accused role and the risk to the trial. Blind equality here could undermine justice. Main accused face higher scrutiny because their involvement is central, not peripheral. So, what does this mean for criminal law? It enforces that bail is not automatic, it's a discretionary, especially in heinous crimes. For my audience, whether you are a law student, professional, or just curious, this shows uh, how the Supreme Court protect the trials from interference while ensuring fairness is not misused. So, if you have any questions or want me to dive deeper into any um, particular topic regarding any particular topic like the IPC sections or similar cases, let me know in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and stay informed, stay just. Thank you.